The escapees could be en route to the sanctuary. They are Henry's quarry, and Henry ours.
It could be another attack. Maggie needs me here.
You can leave, but you choose not to. Tell me why.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and analyzing the second sneak peek promo released on Talking Dead for Season 8 Episode 14 of The Walking Dead, Still Gotta Mean Something. With that being said, major warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to Episode 813, and let's jump right into this. Alright, so as of the end of the last episode, some Savior prisoners have escaped from the hilltop, and Henry is missing as well. We aren't too sure if Henry was kidnapped or if he's following after them, but the sneak peek features Ezekiel and Carol talking about going out to look for him. Ezekiel walks up to Carol asking her to come search for Henry with him, but Carol says that Maggie needs her in case there's another attack. Ezekiel says that Carol can leave, but she chooses not to, and he wants to know why. Carol just tells Ezekiel to go, obviously not telling him the reason, which just makes him realize that Carol thinks that Henry is already dead.
Just go.
You think he's already dead? Is that what you believe? Or can you not allow yourself to believe otherwise?
Now this hits a little too close to home for Carol, considering Sophia. Now she's always had tragic relationships with children in the zombie apocalypse, but it started in season 2 with her own daughter Sophia, who got lost in the woods. Carol and Daryl held out hope for so long that she was still lost in the woods somewhere and that they'd find her, but it turns out that she was a zombie trapped in Herschel's barn the whole time. This is definitely reason enough for Carol to not hold out hope for Henry still being alive, especially since she told Henry that he would die if he left the Barrington house.
Carol, you know I can help. Henry, if you go out there during the attack, you'll die.
Carol told him what would happen, and she's not about to hold out hope for him even though she does care about him. Ezekiel uses Carol's own lesson on herself, saying how she can't pretend like she told him to, but I don't think Carol has ever told Ezekiel about Sophia. Ezekiel does make a good point, but if he knew the reason, I feel like he would understand. There's Sophia, Mika, Lizzie, Sam, and am I forgetting anyone else? So Carol and Ezekiel have both used personas in the past to blend in with communities, whether as camouflage or to put them at an advantage. Pretending to have hope that Henry is still alive is definitely a different type of pretending compared to pretending to be king or an innocent old woman who bakes cookies, but again, I feel like Ezekiel doesn't know about Sophia. So, will Carol tell him?
You told me to pretend to make it real until it is so, and you cannot.
It may not be so.
I fear for Henry.
The sneak peek ends with Ezekiel calling Carol a coward and he walks away. Ezekiel thought Carol was the bravest person that he knew, but I feel like he has definitely lost some respect for her in this moment. I'm sure that they'll make up somehow, but will it happen before or after they find out the fate of Henry? Speaking of Henry, I'm thinking of creating an entire discussion video focused around breaking down his situation, along with giving my full predictions all in one video, so if you have anything else you wanted to predict or point out for me to possibly discuss involving Henry, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. So, although Carol seems to be stubborn about not leaving the hilltop this episode, we can see her leaving and going somewhere with Morgan in the promo trailer. So what's she doing with Morgan? And also, later on in that promo trailer we see Morgan with Rick instead, so when is Morgan with Carol and when is Morgan with Rick? I thought that Morgan was going with Rick to try and find Henry, so what's he doing with Carol? I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, as it really helps me out more than you can imagine by getting my videos out there for more people to see. And if you'd like to take that extra step in helping support my videos, consider checking out my Patreon where there's a bunch of different rewards involving the channel, such as getting your name shown at the end of all my videos, along with the possibility to directly influence my future videos being produced. It isn't necessary by any means, but it could really help in the long run, and I'd love to get some traction behind the Patreon and create some extra content for you guys. But as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out!
You, who I thought were the bravest person I'd met. No. You stopped my cowardice.